And welcome back to the Milz and Gryllz show. Nobody, and by nobody I mean me and Mills, thought we would be here again. But guess what? We are. And as always, I'm joined here by the Brim from the Northern Territory, the big birthday boy, Mills. How are you after last week, Mills?
I'm alive, but I'm in bits, Grills. I'm honest.
My favourite part of last week was it was all going pretty well. And then you walked outside and you got tackled by maybe like 50 people.
Can I? Yeah. Well, by the way, just a quick tag. This is the 60th edition. It's my dad's 60th today. Shout out to the Bull Miller.
So is the Bull Miller's birthday going to be anything like your 25th birthday last weekend?
He's invited more people, and he definitely, all going his way, it could get pretty wild. Like, we had the option to do the podcast mid-party again, but I'm glad we've sort of...
I think the fans deserve a bit more of a normal episode where they can actually understand what's going on. But anyway, yeah, shout out to Jaden Turner for holding that all together last week. My favourite part is I had about 3 different messages from your sister Shannon and some other people saying that Jaden was just, getting drunk, having a good time. And then all of a sudden, when we started recording the podcast, he randomly just goes, "Oh, I'll be back in a second." And then he comes back dressed in a full-blown suit.
Yeah, literally. And then he was a shine that night. He got up, did an acceptance speech, sparked a joint, mid-acceptance speech, parents around, Jaden's just in his element. And then, just to piece it all together, like, it was a wild night. We all woke up a bit sore-headed. Like, I think from alcohol, just got knocked out at 10:45. The boys were trying to get me out of the house, but apparently my mum was standing at the front door in front of this bedroom that I passed out in, and all the boys were like, "Let's get Millsy out." And she goes, "No one's allowed in this room." And anyway, they came back apparently 4 times. And anywho, I wake up the next day and I'm like, legend, couple of my mates, Joel and that, they cleaned up the whole backyard. And then everyone left and it was like 10 a.m. It was Father's Day, so we're handing out presents. And we just get a little knock on the door. And I'm like, the hell? Who could this be? It's Jaden Turner. He'd been sleeping inside. He's a tall boy. He's probably 6'4". And he was sleeping inside like a small sedan. He got a good 10 hours sleep, unheard of.
In the blistering hot sun.
In the blistering hot sun, still wearing his suit. And unfortunately, he left the car light on and probably, I think, the aircon so that he could get a... So his car was just dead flat.
Actually, our Facebook group that we have, the Boardroom, he actually sent me a few voice clips for when he was going to bed that night, because I had a pretty difficult time trying to navigate my way on the phone through that party. But here we go. We got turns. He sent me this message just before he went to bed. So let's see if maybe this gives us any clues on what happened that night.
Ray stole my girlfriend. Ray stole my girlfriend.
That was early enough.
Joey. So it's at the point where the last men standing were me, Matty Friend, everyone's friend, Simo Appleton, and Jolie Elliott. Some hard hitters, some big heavy hitters. I actually paired off. I'm just sitting in my car, cranking the aircon because I'm freezing cold. And I'm just thinking I might even just have a little snooze in my car. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it was a good night, man. It's a fucking great night. No,
I think that's what happened to his battery. He slept all night with the aircon running.
Didn't you say something like, your message back was like, All right, Jaden, buddy, you might want to turn that aircon off for your own safety, mate.
Yeah, here it is. Jaden, it's probably a safe bet to turn your ignition off, I think. I don't know, maybe that's a smart thing to do. But to be honest, mate, I really don't care because I'm about to start my partying. It's night time here. I'm sipping up my beer. And, yeah, my turn, boys. And then Jaden replies with this.
Yes, right go. Hey, the ignition's off. I'm having a lie down across the back seat. The arch support isn't great, but fuck, cunt, you were an absolute trooper for what you went through tonight, because it would have been an experience, and I'm fucking so keen to hear how it turns out on the other end. But let's, wait up.
Shout out to Jaden Turner for roughing it through the night and then crashing. I think he's the first person to ever crash a Father's Day.
But yeah. And I asked him, I was like, oh, don't you need to get back to your dad for Father's Day? He's like, nah, I seen him a couple of days ago. And I was like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. But before we get more into it, we forgot to give a message to our sponsors. And Alex Turley, actually, at your party, he said, I'm pretty sure you two are the only people to do plugs without getting paid for it or something like that. But shout out to
our sponsors. Oh yeah, this is the kind of form our sponsors produce. Bo called me and said, "Can we have some free shirts?" I was like, "I'm not sure that's how it works." I'm pretty sure being a sponsor. I don't know, but I love his form anyway.
One day, free shirts. I'm pretty sure we're out of shirts because Jaden gave them all away for free at our party, and I'm in the hole about $500, but it's okay. It's all about the fans getting the shirts, But shout outs to Bo Walmsley Roofing, keeping the Milz and Gryllz show on the road every week. Big Bo Walmsley had his birthday the other day, and as always, they are the warmest roofs. So get on down to Bo Walmsley Roofing, see Hoysier, Balake Claus, and the crew, and yeah, get yourself a nice Bo Walmsley roof for Father's Day.
Save the mage. Yeah. Get a roof for Father's Day.
But anyway, Mills, what does that have anything to do with your tip of the week?
Okay. Yeah, it does. My tip of the week is, you ever seen McDonald's Monopoly in Australia?
No, talk us through that.
Okay, so Monopoly is obviously a first-person shooter. Nah, it's a board game that you can play, and everyone knows Monopoly, but they've brought it to McDonald's. So you go to McDonald's and you get a large chips, soft drink, whatever, and they have a sticker on it. On the sticker, you have an app linked up. You get your app out, and it might say free small chips, free apple pie, free bacon egg McMuffin, whatever. And my tip of the week is, they do this twice a year, this McDonald's game thing. And last time it was I had a free coffee and a free small chips. And what happens is, you go to the counter, you show them your coupon. They say, okay, click. You just click on it on the app, and it shows them that you've used your coupon up, and then they give you a free coffee or free chip. What I figured out last time this was around was, once you do that, you've got 10 seconds to bail out. So you show them, click it, they turn around, go back to what they're doing, and you press cancel, and then you've still got your free coffee.
So you basically have just a ticket for a coffee whenever you want, basically.
Yeah, I think I got 30 coffees last run. And so I know it's probably a bit frowned upon, but I think McDonald's, judging by what I've seen lately, is doing okay in the world. So get around it.
I'm also in the spirit of eating and drinking for free, because I have a tip of the week for you, Mills, this week, and I know that's a bit uncommon that I have the tip of the week, but I do have a tip of the week. Is it anything
to do with my tip of the week? I think it is.
I don't know. If you got time, I'd like to tell you. Do you have the time?
Yeah, I got a few minutes.
Yeah. Anyway, so I've been working since I moved to Oslo. I've been working as an assistant on I used to do it movie and TV sets, and I got a gig on a commercial during the week for this big hotel chain in Norway. And so basically I just ran around, fix problems, carry equipment, blah, blah, blah. It's a fun job. But anyway, we were at this hotel filming the commercial for like 12 hours. And anyway, I decided, just to be a good bloke, that I'd set up a little catering table where we were filming with coffee, stuff. I'm like, fuck, it's breakfast. I'm going to go hit the breakfast buffet and just load up on sick stuff for the crew, and they're going to think I'm a legend. Anyway, I walked down there. There's a guy like that checks that you're actually staying in the hotel, and I'm sure it would have been fine because I'm on the movie crew anyway, but I'm just going to go, you know what, I'm just going to see if this works. And I just say, yeah, mate, staying in room 308. And he's like, yeah, no problem. So I'm like, free access, get in there, load up with croissants, like little finger food things, you know, the classics, bring them up to the crew. Happy days, I'm a legend. But what my tip of the week is, if you want to save money, go to a hotel when they have the breakfast buffet, because the guy checking doesn't care. He's just doing his job. It's early in the morning. He doesn't want to be there. You just say some random room number, walk in, sit down like nothing happened, and eat breakfast. Good way to eat for cheap, eat for free. Gryllz' tip of the week.
That's too good. Hey, Gryllz.
Yeah.
I actually love that. And that actually brought up another Milz tip of the week.
Yeah.
This is a triple tip of the week. It's actually the exact same as yours, but just to confirm that this is a possible thing to do. So when I was in Croatia with Tommy doing Yacht Week, we had
yacht. Wait. You and Tommy 10 Beers Graham were doing Yacht Week.
Yeah.
You cunts are fucking ridiculous, eh?
I actually got like surprisingly a lot more lucid than everyone. Just started drinking really early. In hindsight, I probably could have started later, but anywho, it was a good trip. Although at the end, Tommy did get on the bad books for a week because we went out to this night. Oh, actually, have you got time before I tell this little story?
Yes, I got time. I got a little bit of time because it could be the new cleanse.
Okay, this might be. So anyway, finished Yacht Week, and we had a mate, Dan Dwyer, absolute legend, and he was balling. I think he had like $90,000 for his trip overseas. He was working in the mines, so he was just like flying to country.
Could buy a house. Could buy a house, or you could just go get pissed for a couple of months.
Yeah, he was telling me that he has mates that he's like, 90 grand, that's nothing. Some of my mates take like 100 and something, 200 grand to Vegas and just blow it. I'm like, you need some new mates. But anyway, so what he did was on our last night, me and Tom were flat broke, like nothing. He goes, you know what, boys, I'm sick of staying in the bottom of a yacht. I'm going to book the best hotel in the town, Split Ruin. Mm-hmm. And so he booked this 5-star hotel, and I was like, I felt bad. I ended up giving him money later, but still, like, it was hectic. It was like €1,000 a night or something. Fuck. And when we stayed there, the whole thing we were excited for was the next day, Croatia's best chef was downstairs in the buffet room, like in one of them scenarios, but all the food was like heckers. Like, yeah. I'm sure it wasn't, but like under his wing. So anyway, we go out the night before, and remember, I got no money. So I actually did like an uncharacteristic, I didn't drink because I was like, you know what? We're in the back alleys of Croatia. I got no money. There's no point me like getting on it and just winging it like we would back home and just like walking home, because that wasn't an option.
Yeah.
And Tommy ends up leaving with a certain partner that he met on the night and left me there. And we had one rule. I was like, Tommy, do not leave me here because I've got no way of getting home. Anyway, he was just blind. So, like, to his credit, speaking of it in later times, he just doesn't remember. It was classic 10 beers Tommy blacked out.
Yeah, I get it.
Anyway, I'm fucked. So I'm just like, fuck, sober, like in the middle of nowhere. Like, how am I going to get home? How am I going to make it to this buffet was the main thought going through my head.
Yeah, you just got to get to the buffet, eh?
Yeah, and then this other Aussie I just happened to meet at closing time was like, mate, come back to ours. Anyway, it was a big shamble. I ended up like missing the whole buffet and was locked out of the room. And And then, but no, actually, I was locked out of the room and I was furious. And then I went downstairs and they don't know that I'm a guest at this hotel. But I just went straight into the buffet room and just ate my sorrows away with like perfect croissants and leftovers.
Yeah. So my tip is confirmed, man.
Yeah, I had the confidence like you did that I would be able to confirm that I'm allowed to be here, but I didn't have any proof. I just went in there like, all right, plate me up.
Yeah, plate me up. And Mills, that's great. And we got some people downstairs that are also fired up because of that. Because I'm living on top of a nightclub right now, and it's a Friday night, so that usually means it's the rush hour, and a lot of people would get pissed off at this, but not me. See, I lie in bed comfortable, and I hear the odd, "Oh, you fucking dickhead," or like but the other night, right? I got woken up about 3 a.m. with some dude like just randomly like at the top of his lungs freestyle rapping in Norwegian, and then all his friends would be like, "Whoa!" like right downstairs outside my window, and I was like, normally I'd be a little bit pissed off that I got woken up, but as I've said before on the show countless times, I love like a good random situation,
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
No, that's good. And you were telling me something before, because when we were like, let's do this podcast, it's like nearly 1 a.m. where you are, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, and you're like, you're like, it's too noisy to sleep, but it's good brain training. Like, if I can sleep through nightclub music, I can sleep through anything, which is a great way of looking at it.
It is a great way of looking at it. But also the funny thing about this room, right, is really nice room, really nice apartment. It's like outside is kind of hip hop nightclub, like it's a bit hood. Like I do a workout at the park. I'm starting like this one park at the end of my street is like a drug addict park where people go to do like hard drugs. And it just so happens there's some sick pull-up bars and some sick push-up bars in the park. So I'm kind of getting on first name basis, not first name basis now, but like I like, hey mate, how you going? Like level with all the local junkies in the park, just because I go down there and I do my circuit workouts and pull-ups and push-ups and everything. But like as I was saying, it's a really nice apartment, right? But I get the room from the real estate, and I just noticed like there's some stains on the floor, like nothing serious, but it's like dirt or mud or something.
Like blood stains?
No, not blood stains. It's trust me, it's a nice apartment. I'll send you a picture. I got a bonsai tree, mate. His name's Jeff.
Just take care of yourself.
I am taking care of myself because I look on the floor. I'm scraping this shit off with like at first my fingernails, but then like a knife, and it all came off. Like it all came off. Like, what the fuck is this? And then I'm like, that's fucking hash. Like, like hashish. Like,
yeah.
Fucking whatever
block
it is.
Block of hash.
Yeah, block of hash. Like stained on the floor. I'm like, what's the go with this? So I hit up my housemates. They're all cool people, and they're like, oh yeah, the guy that used to live in that room was a full blown drug dealer. Like weed, cocaine, everything. And he used to do it for like a good year out of this room. Like the nightclub downstairs. So what this is serious, man. And so what he'd do is he would get people to Vips him. Vips is an app in Norway. You can it's like bank transferring, but you don't need to go through the bullshit. You just put in someone's mobile phone number and it sends them however much money you want. So he'd get his customers to do that. They'd come outside the nightclub, and then he would put the drugs or whatever on a fishing line, on a fishing rod or like fishing line, and lower it down out the window. And that was his business basically, like just fishing for, yeah. And he got caught and got kicked out eventually, and now I'm living in the room. But you were saying, yeah, like, isn't that funny?
That's actually like, I'm surprised they kicked him out. That's very creative,
Like, as you were saying earlier, doing a full big cast.
Yeah, like across the road with lures and stuff.
Imagine like you just get full into it, get like a full fishing gear equipment, like get a big game rod, like a full proper big game fishing rod. But no, it's nice apartment. It's fun to people watch. It's really good. I got a couple of house plants. Yeah, things going well in Oslo.
Yeah, we didn't really even get into that too much. You're actually in Oslo now, full-time set up. This is you for the summer. Or coming into winter, is it?
I'm actually going up to a small town in the middle of Norway on Sunday. I'm driving a car up to work on a big. I actually signed a non-disclosure agreement, so I can't really talk about it, let alone on a podcast. But for a big-time network TV show as an assistant there, so it'll be fun for a week and a half work.
Hell yeah! I love that, Rand.
But Milz.
Wait, Gryllz.
Yeah.
Do we have time for a little segment I like to call Selling Grills?
I think we do. Yeah, because I thought I'd be doing really well with the ladies when I moved down to Oslo, but I've just been too busy, Milz. So I need to put my name out there. This segment is called Gryllz Looks for Love. And it started out about me just talking Milz through my relationship travels, my, struggling to find my Norwegian wife, which I'm looking for, ladies. And it's been said that I'm quite a nice guy, quite a lovely guy. I actually got some fan mail from our website during the week. One person rated me very handsome and said, here is someone is concerned for you. I don't know. And then it has a link. And I click the link, and I'll click it again right now, and it actually takes you to, that's a picture of a butthole. Sexy singles in your area, like pictures. Yeah, whoa, that's pretty graphic, actually. So some would say it's probably a robot sending spam. Others would say someone actually wants me to see sexy singles in my area. But anyway, each week Milz tries to sell me to the ladies out there. So without further ado, I'll give the mic over to you, Milz. And for the ladies listening, this is what you can expect if you want to go on a date with your man Gryllz.
Yeah, well, first of all, I wanted to touch on. I'm quite confident all of our listeners are aware by now, but for those who have thought we made this podcast to discuss big issues, the weather, the meaning of Usk, they would all be wrong. The real reason we started the podcast was, of course, to find Gryllzy some love. Wasn't it, Gryllz?
I need a wife to stay in the country of Norway, basically, for the record. Nah, just joking. And speaking of weather with Lockie, the reason why he hasn't been on the show in the last 3 weeks is because he's actually in Florida in the middle of the hurricanes, and he's doing some research for next week.
I heard that he spent a couple of months inside a tornado once just to feel what it's like. So you don't question him when he's on these missions, do we? We just pray that he gets home safe, and we know the weather will be a lot more accurate after. But Gryllz.
Anyway, yes.
Gryllz. Okay. Ladies, strap yourselves in. So Gryllzy is quite confident. Oh, fuck, I just read the wrong book. Okay.
Come on, Milz. Come on. How are they going to take me seriously if I can't even get a real estate pitch about me? Hey, Milz, you just dropped out there. Do you mind starting it again?
Okay, this one is for the ladies, or chicken blows, as we like to call it. 5 reasons.
Milz, you there? You there?
Not what you do. Can you hear me?
No, it just dropped out again. No, it wasn't meant to be. I was never meant to find a wife. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I just took the head off. There's no way you're not getting this one. Okay. Here are 5 reasons you should stop what you're doing, put on your favourite bikinis, and go meet my son, Gryllzy. Or as he goes by now in Norway, the Buddha of show business. He has extensive sniper rifle experience and training.
That's not true.
Which is basically... It basically means you can feel safe day in, day out. 2, muscles. You may be thinking, cool, Mills, but so does every guy, especially you, Mills. But Gryllzy has muscles where you wouldn't expect. Gryllz has got neck muscles that have been said to be unchokeable due to the sheer mass, as well as arguably the strongest lower back in the world. Okay. Hold on, Gryllz. 3. Gryllzy is no longer a racist.
What? No longer. Okay.
Right. 4. Beyond all things, Gryllz puts the gentle in gentleman. He will hold the door for you, and he may even hold the door up for you if you require it. Number 5, he's a very talented rapper, and in your relationship, he has the potential of probably making it big time and could buy you a gold chain. And so that's 5 reasons to date my boy Gryllz. Obviously, if I was going to tell you all the reasons, we would be here for days. So I'm going to keep attacking it every week.
Yeah,
what do you reckon?
That's good. I like that one, especially the part about me no longer being a racist. I'm not sure if I ever was a racist, but if I was, I'm no longer that.
Not more.
Okay. But Mills, just something. I know it's a touchy subject. I know it's a really touchy subject, Mills. But by the way, thank you, Alex Turley, for getting us through that podcast last week. That was really good. I understand you've had a bit of medical issues this week, and it's not that rash that Alex keeps telling me about. Something different.
Yeah. So it was a funny injury at the party when I got tackled by, I'm going to say, 20 blokes. And the difference is, I was talking about it this week. You know when you pile on top of people when you're a kid, like pile on, you just pick one person, everyone jumps on top of it.
It's a bit different when you're a fully grown man, eh?
Exactly. Especially because my neighbour Mitchell was the last one to jump on, and I know for a fact he weighs over 110 kilos. So, like, the body weight of us adults, just the Mills frame didn't cop well, and I was as intoxicated as you could be. But as soon as I got up from this, I just went, "Fuck! There's something going on with my ribs, eh?" And I happened to be right. So later on in the week, it got a bit better. So I decided to play my social sports semi-final touch footy.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a few questions going into it. I actually had a sign from God earlier in the day, God being my friend. He said, "Oh, I had your thing once. It was quite sore. And then I did something extreme and then broke it fully." And I was like, "Ooh, I better not do that." Flash forward 8 hours. Played touch football, fell on top of the ball and just heard a massive bang inside my body. Had to walk off the field, got an x-ray the next day, 2 fractured lower ribs. The very bottom ones on the right side.
So your party was so loose, you got broken ribs. That's good.
I'm going to say, so the don't feel bad, I'm going to say I got wounded ribs and then I finished them off at touch footy on the Wednesday.
But the funny thing is like, if you listen, I'm not sure a lot of people made it through last week's show, but the funniest bit is when we're talking, just like we are now, pretty serious podcasters, and you walk outside and you see this, "Oh my God, fuck!" and everyone just piles on you. And then you get up and you're like, and quote unquote, Gryllzy, "I think I need to go to the hospital. I think I just broke a rib."
It's funny when your body knows, eh? Normally when you're drunk, you're pretty, like I said it to Tom once again on Yacht Week, I dislocated and broke my left pinky toe. I fell off the rope and it went off to the side. And I knew personally it was broken. I said to Tom, I was real drunk, I said, "Tom, I've just broke my toe," but I'd popped it back into place. And he looked at me and went, "You're being soft, mate. It's not even." Anyway, it went black.
The thing about Tom, though, is he's the first person to say that, and then as soon as it happens to him, it's fucking game over, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. He'll be sitting there like, "No, boys, seriously." Yeah, exactly. But there thing was, how's this for trying to prove my point to Tom? So my toe went black, and everyone knew by this point. They're like, yeah, your toe's fucked, even though it's back in line. Like, your whole foot's black now. Like, anyway, Tom still wasn't convinced. So when I went back to England, I got an X-ray, and they said, yeah, you've severely broken it. There's nothing you can do now. Like, it's in the right spot. And then I showed Tom
the old black toe blues.
The black toe blues. And the funniest thing, I showed Tom expecting for like oh man, shit. He just went, oh, true. And that was it. And I was like, fuck.
Wait, but can I just take us back to you playing touch football? Like, and this relates with the foot jobs. We'll get to the roundup shortly, but this relates back to the foot jobs. You got to give it up for Australians, right? If you're a Norwegian, you listen to this. Australians, we just love our social sport so much. You may think, oh, it's just a semi-final for a local touch football comp. No, but for us, it's more than that. That you will go down the field knowing full damn well that you have a broken rib. Like, come on, Mills, you knew someone was up when you walked on that field.
I knew if I went to the doctors, they're giving me the classic take 6 weeks off sports bill. And in fact, when I went there the next day, it's exactly what she said. She said, take 6 weeks off sport. And I just feel dumb sometimes going to the doctors as well. Like, she goes, oh, what happened? I'm like, oh, 20 of my mates piled on me, and I thought I injured my ribs. She goes, okay. How many drinks do you have? Are you a drinker? I'm like,
oh, what do you think?
She's like,
come on.
One. She's like, 1 or 2 drinks? 4? And I wasn't answering. She goes, 10? And I was like, she goes,
Keep
more
going.
than 10. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, shit, we'll probably stop doing that. And I'm like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
goes, and then what?
I've only been doing it since I was 15. It's okay every weekend.
and then I said, but anyway, I played touch footy last night, and that's when I really fucked it. And she was just looking at me like, mate, what do you want?
But that's the thing. It's like every time you go to the doctors and you fill out one of those surveys, like how many drinks do you have on a weekend? The answers are only 1 to 2, 3 to 4. You know what I mean? And it's like. Yeah. Every time you go to the doctor's like, oh, how much do you drink every weekend? I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, is it like normal? Like to drink over 15 drinks on a Saturday night? Or is it like...
Oh, some boys, we've probably done it, but some of our mates, like the heavy drinkers, they'll drink a carton, during the day, and make their way under the next carton.
Okay. You know? So we're still doing all right then in the grand scheme of things. But hey, Mills, can I ask you a very serious question?
Yes. Serious face activated.
Okay, I wasn't expecting a yes. Fuck. No.
Okay, no, don't worry about it. Wait.
All right then. No, but Mills, seriously.
Serious.
Would you rather be born with an elephant trunk or a giraffe neck?
Giraffe neck. That African country where they put neck rings on?
Yeah.
I'd go there and be a lord. What about you? What would you do?
That's a good point. I'd probably go to the trunk, mate. I don't have any reason for it. I just just go to the trunk.
You'd be the real life elephant man.
Wait,
I got one for you.
Yeah.
It's not a would you rather, but it's more of it could be a new segment or a new cleanse. But if it's a new segment, it's called figuring out what kind of a guy Gryllz is.
Okay.
You keen to play?
No, I'm keen to play. Oh yeah, so this is good. So the ladies will get to know me, you know.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask some questions, and I just want your full real reaction. So, obviously, if a listener
does it have to be honest? Can I jazz it up to make myself sound A, smarter, B, stronger, C, more of a legend, or I just got to be myself?
No. This one, I'd like to see honesty, but if you want to get creative,
I'm an honest guy, so I'll keep it honest.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question each week, and then, Oh, a little pug's coming up to me now. Little pug dog. Hold on. Okay, so first question, and my only question for today. So the scenario is, you get back to your apartment in Oslo.
Mm-hmm.
You're just coming back from work. You open the door. There's a girl there. You don't know what she's squatting, and she's dropping a hot dump on your floor. You would run me through the next 10 seconds. Like, what, you close the door, walk out. You know what I mean? What do you do?
I would like to say this hasn't happened to me before, but no. Okay, like I can imagine that there'd probably be an initial reaction where she looks at me, I look at her, and it's just like who's
been dropped.
no, it's mid dump. You know,
Okay.
there'll probably be an initial reaction. Like she could either just cover up quickly and just go like, "Oh fuck, sorry," but like, I would like I would like I would like I would I would hope to think I would hope to think that I'm the guy that breaks the silence, and I do this on a lot of occasions. I'm going to go on this scenario, the old pretend like nothing's happening, but still say something to acknowledge that you've noticed it. So I'd probably look her dead in the eye as the dump's just steaming there on the floor under her squatting. Sorry for the graphic images. Could be the new cleanse. But anyway, I'll just look at her in the eye, stand there, and just go, like, after about 10 seconds of silence, like, it's getting so tense. Who's going to break the silence first, right?
You're looking at her, you're looking at the dump, she's looking at the dump, she looks back at you.
Exactly. And then I just say, well, fuck, eh? And then walk past and go into my room and do my thing.
Perfect. Okay. Yep. So that's my segment for this week, figuring out my mate Gryllz. So
I do like the one you suggested of just like, look at it, she's looking at me, I'm looking at the dump, we're all looking at the dump, looking at back to me, back to her, and then I just turn around, close the door, and walk back out.
Just come back in half an hour, and hopefully she's cleaned it and it's all done with. But no, I like yours as well. Like, another one you could do is like literally just say to her, "Oh, that's going to be hard to clean," and then walk past and go back to your bed. You know?
Like, what do you do in that situation? But I love how you made the statement when you were describing the question that it's a hot girl.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
It changed. Like 10 out of 10 stunner. So it just throws in perspective. Anyway, we're past that. Do you like that segment? You want it back next week?
I want it back next week. I love that's going to get the approval. That's got the approval. That's got the approval. Okay. But
it flows with the other one. But yeah, go on.
And you know what flows with that one is, would you rather have hands that kept growing as you got older or feet that kept growing as you got older? So you either have massive hands or massive feet. Like to the point of where it looks ridiculous.
Hands.
Okay. I'm not going to ask any more of that. Anything further on that. I'm just going to accept it and move on. Do you want to get to the foot jobs roundup quickly?
Yeah. Yeah, and also, whenever you want to throw it in, I have a semi-serious chat to throw in.
Me too, actually.
I will throw them in together after the foot jobs roundup.
Okay. Here's Jaden Turden after a big week. And here he is with the weekly foot jobs roundup. This is your first time tuning in, the Foot Jobs is our local futsal team run by the captain, Twinkle Tuns, Jaden Turner, massive supporter of the show. And here he is, back for another Foot Jobs roundup.
The weather today appears to be a fine 32. It is indeed a blue sky. There does appear to be concrete blocking all of that view. And if you look very gently towards the sun, it'll blind you. So look towards the sky, fellas. Onwards and upwards.
Oh, that was actually Lockie Kendall on the phone. I called the wrong person. So Lockie was back with the weather this week. Thanks, Lock.
Oh, thank you, Lachlan.
But anyway, moving on to Jaden with the foot jobs.
All right, fellas. So for this week on the roundup, it'll be a little different. I've got a good highlight. I'll get to that. But I'll start off with what really grinds my gears, all right? In the rec league world, if you, as a team, are not going to show up, at least call the centre up and let them know so they can tell the other team. Because it was a classic case of us rocking up for the graveyard shift, the 8 p.m. slot, and fucking the other team, the green room, didn't show up. But at the end of the day, points on the board. I think we're sitting third now, so the season's going swimmingly. So anyway, yeah, let's get to this highlight, baby. Let me set the scene for you. So this it's an all-star play from an all-star bloke. He goes by Kenny. He goes by Knockdown Nate. He goes by Nate Dale. He had a game plan coming into the game, and the game was my brother's wedding. So from the get-go, he said, "Look, mate, I'm going to be asking your mum for a dance." I said, "Look, mate, you go for it. I reckon at the moment you'll be locked in for a no." But he did the groundwork, mate. He set himself up. He dropped a few nice comments, had a few nice conversations. And I catch him at the end of the night with my mum's hand, having a dance, and it was beautiful. Good on you, mate. You know, mum was loving it too. Yeah, you know, that's the dedication and the ticker and the hard work we foot jobs look for. We also absolutely cleared the bar out.
Got to give it to Jaden for backing it up after your party for another big weekend on the PSA.
Oh yeah, his brother's wedding.
Apparently, and this I can hear the music outside and the people yelling on the street over. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. More roundup for you. Here you go.
So, shout out. I'm just going to keep this rolling. Shout out to Tommy, big Tommy behind the bar, just the bloke working. In the cutoff was 8:45. So from like 20 past 8, 8:30, it'd just be every 5 minutes go up like, "Hey man, 2 please." We just had like a big row of like 10 pure blondes, a few champers, and I think there was like 1 or 2 spirits, an absolute armory of grog. And yeah, we didn't leave one stone unturned either. We didn't waste any of your beers, Tommy. So yeah, shout out to Mykos as well, me big bro. Congratulations, mate.
That's Jaden Turner with the foot jobs / his brother's wedding roundup.
And well done, NATO, for getting that dance.
Yeah.
Hot topic to note. Jaden might not like this, but I do remember his mum is a school teacher, and a lot of MILF calls got thrown around growing up with Jaden.
And for those of you guys that don't know, MILF obviously stands for
friend that I like to say hello to.
No. It doesn't stand for anything derogatory. It stands for my intellectual loving friend.
Yeah. So Jaden has one of them, and I'm sure that was the basis of NATO's actions. But
holy shit, mate! It is absolutely pumping outside, and it's also pissing down rain. Like I'm talking pissing down. Can I, before we get into the semi-serious chat, I'm actually going to do some commentary for you, Mills. And what I'm going to do, and I just came up with this segment just then, and I think it could be really funny.
Yeah.
So there's people outside on the street, and I'm going to commentate the people outside on the street as I see it live outside this nightclub out of my window in my apartment.
Okay.
And this is not made up. This is as I see it live on the ground. It's your boy Gryllz. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, we're down here at Bernankers Gate, Oslo, Norway for the International Nightclub Championships. We got a group of 5 down there on the street. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Old mate in the denim jacket is talking to a girl. She looks just over 18 now as she holds her umbrella. Oh, her friend is lighting a cigarette, and old mate is desperately trying to tune her. Over to the side now, there's a drunk-looking guy standing wavily. Oh, he's tripped over. He's tripped over. Oh, and now the girl walks off. There's a beggar coming up. A beggar's asking for money now. Over there's a guy on his phone. I can't actually make out what he's looking at. I think it might be Tinder. He's looking like he's been kicked out of the nightclub now. He's standing there in the rain on his phone. Oh, and that is Tinder. I can actually see he's on Tinder, Mills, by the way. Like, this is fucking hilarious. I can. Oh my God. That was a big play. That was a massive play. Fuck, what an idiot. So in Oslo, there's these like electric scooters everywhere that you can just get on and ride. Like, you could literally just get on them and ride around. It costs you like $5 for like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
pretty good.
They're in Brisbane City now. Lime scooters.
So these 2 kids, drunk kids, just walking past, just literally fucking booted this fucking Lime scooter. Like, into the fucking, onto the road, like, booted the phone. Like, come on, mate. Like,
I didn't realise Norwegians were like that.
Oh, Mills, we got to throw up. There's a guy throwing up.
Are you serious? No.
Yeah, this is fucking hilarious. I'm going to actually, after I get off the phone, I'll take a picture of what I can see. It's
Wait, can you get down on the ground and get some, like, close-ups of the vomit?
Oh, yeah, I could get down on the ground and start interviewing people live.
Would you do it?
Fuck, all right. Okay, yeah, I'm going to, what we're going to do, we'll finish the podcast off, right, up here, and then I'll put on my jacket, put on my shoes. I'll have to disconnect from my Wi-Fi, so we might have to start a new recording. I'll just edit it in, and then I'll go interview someone down on the ground.
Yeah, you only have to do one. I know it's late if you're not feeling it all good, but that would be so fun.
It's 1:45 a.m. and I think I do have it in me. So if you listen to the end of the show, you get a nice little interview. But Mills, I'm gonna do it. What was the semi-serious thing that you want to talk to me about, my friend?
Okay. Oh, it was just something I thought the other day. Gareth, my good friend, Flamingo Safari, the creative boy from Redland Bay.
Yeah.
You know Gareth. He's a blonde bombshell.
Yeah.
He's an art. Anyway, he put me onto this Vice doc. I don't know if you've seen it. And he gave me I still haven't watched it, but the gist he gave me was good enough. You know, when someone gives you the gist of something and you get it, you don't need to watch it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was pretty much a doc of what is style. Like, you know, when someone's got style and you're like, what is style? Like,
something that me or you do not have. May I put it that way?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I wrote down, like, I thought, like, the confidence to say wear something different or unusual. You like doing this, but you wear it confidently, then it would become a style because, I don't know.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what you do in life as long as you own it.
Yeah, then that's style. So anyway,
some people would hate living above a nightclub in an ex-drug dealer's apartment. And some people would own it and make it yours and make it a funny story, you know? And
yeah, like you could be sitting there going, fuck Mills, hold on, I can't hear shit. There's stuff going on downstairs. But instead you're like, I'm going to interview one of these drunk people and commentate them.
By the way, I can't wait to do that. I can't wait for the end of the show.
You're only going to get loose, so it'll be funny. So anyway, this doco was pretty much about a guy epitomizing that. And he took to London, you know, when there's pretentious clothes shops and all this stuff where like people pay $2,000 for a polo shirt or something.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy, and forgive me for not knowing the ins and outs, but this is the gist. He took to there and he went to India or something, and he just went to the shop, liked some clothing, and it was just dirt cheap. Not a designer label, just like, this is what he did. So the guy's name was like Raj Miktaj.
And I'm the racist of the show.
Well, yeah. So moving on. So he took these cheap clothes back to London, bought himself a stall. This is true in like Oxford Street, the main street. He was already rich, obviously, but then he named the shop Raj McTaj and put this stuff in there. And he went around telling people, going to like all these different people, like, have you seen this Raj McTaj stuff? Like, this is like the best stuff. He would wear it. And it must have had like an okay look, but like he just kept forcing it down people, like, trust me, this is the next thing. Anyway, and he turned this Indian guy or wherever he's from into famous, and it become brand name, and everyone wanted it, and it just went crazy and blew up. And his whole point was like sort of touching on that thing, you know, like if he just put so much confidence behind it, and everyone just followed suit, and it became massive.
Yeah, exactly. So, like Gareth has been known to wear some pretty controversial outfits, but you know, he just rocks it. Like, we'll be at a cafe, we'll be meeting for. I remember one time we were meeting for beers, I think at the Chugan Tavern. So like, it was like Tom's birthday or something. So the Chugan Tavern, which is like a small little pub in Chugan of the Gold Coast. Like, only really old guys go there. Like, it's just a local pub, you know. It's not a trendy hip place. It's just a local pub. We're all sipping up, having a great time. And Gareth rocks up and he's wearing like fluoro yellow like suit pants pulled up to like his nipples, and like checkered business shirt with like suspenders, and then like weird kid sunglasses and like a beanie. And then he's just like,
probably some high top boots as well.
Yeah, we're all looking at him, and then he's just like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" I'll grab a beer, grabs a beer, sits down, just joins in the conversation like nothing happened. And we're like, yeah, fair play, you know?
Yeah. It goes to show like that it's that crucial second, like you would think that like what some people might not like this outfit. But then if you just keep moving forward and go, yeah, mate, I'll have a 4X, please. No worries, mate. And then by the end of the night, I've always found with Gaz, it does a complete 180 and everyone's absolutely loving it. You know, it's infectious.
Yeah.
I end up leaving the house wanting to go to the Oppie and buy some overalls.
Yeah, I've tried to go a bit weird in my style, but it just doesn't work. But I have been known to rock a few different styles, you know.
No, your style, you're the funny t-shirt guy. You've always got t-shirts.
Oh, like, what are some of my classics? Like, remember I used to have that shirt? It was just like a big like face of a wolf on it, like.
I love that. I've still been looking for stuff like that. Like, I remember I went to a party once and a guy was rocking your style. And by that style, it was like the most graphic lion headshot of a lion mane on a nice shirt. And it was just so outrageous and like in your face. And I was like, where'd you get that shirt? And he goes, I bought it online. And I was like, that's gold.
That's the thing. You just wear normal jeans, like normal. Everything else is normal, but the t-shirt is like funny.
Yeah. What about the one where you got your army mate and got a picture of him blowing it up and wore it as a t-shirt?
Oh yeah, fuck. What was that? Oh yeah, Jason Joryman, my old army mate Joryman. There's this like real classic drunk photo of him, which I think there's a few photos of Jaden's face drunk as going around on shirts out there. But anyway, I got a photo of Joryman, put it on a shirt, just didn't say anything, then just went out with all the boys and they're like, what's on your shirt? And they're like, oh, and then I'm like, oh, it's you. And it was like, what the fuck?
That's still the best idea. Don't tell your mate. Get a photo. I'm gonna do that. Fuck it.
And then another classic one was Todd Carney, and then it said Bubbler.
I watched a doco on Todd Carney, the Bubbler. It was a serious doco. Anyway.
And then that shirt that you knew and loved, it was like a white shirt, but then it had the Home Brand logo, and it was like Home Brand one, like in the exact same font that Home Brand sell. Like all their products, it's like 1 times plain white t-shirt, and then like listed the ingredients and shit. Like cotton tick, like Home Brand.
What's the foreigners' home brand is like? You go to the grocery store and you got brands.
Yeah, home brand. Wait, all right, Mills, are you there? Hello. For those of you listening, I think Millsy has just dropped out or something's happened. Are you there, Mills? Okay, well, this is just the Gryllz show, and Gryllz is here chatting to you live on air. We're still recording, and I hope you guys loved the show this week. Please go to the milzandgryllzshow.com. We still have t-shirts available. We still have plenty of coffee mugs out there ready to roll. And get your hands on that. I'm going to actually end this recording and call Millsy back. I will edit it in, so nothing you sexies have to worry about. And then you'll hear me, Gryllz, go and interview